Hey, this is Irvin Griffin, and there's some more on Jonathan Majors. And the reason I was reluctant to really go in on him on the domestic violence, and not that I don't want to believe victims, at the same time, just something about it just felt suspicious. Because, I mean, take a look at this dude. If this dude really went salt on the earth, really on anybody, even another dude, let alone a female, that person gonna be damaged. But I'm not saying he's not an abuser. He might very well turn out to be. But I find some of this to be very, very, very strange. Now, upcoming, I'm going to show a couple tweets from a couple of directors. If you want to sit back and read them, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. But if you want to sit back and read them, you can pause my video and read these for yourselves. I'm going to have these up. This one's about to change over to the next one. But you can pause these and read them for yourselves and then continue on in the video. But upcoming, it's an audio from another YouTuber named Tisa Tales, a young black sister who, admittedly, her style is not mine. And personally, I don't know if I want to spend all day with her. I hope she just does this for YouTube and she doesn't really talk like this. But rather than show Jonathan Majors, I'll just show a picture of her. If you want the full video, I'll put that down in the comment section below. You can go to her channel and listen to her full video, which is like 16 minutes. I'm only taking about maybe 5 minutes, about maybe a few minutes of, not necessarily 5 minutes, but a few minutes of excerpts from her audio. If you want to listen to her full video on this situation, you can go to her channel and do that. But she's now putting out that one of these directors, and I forgot which one of these directors was the one that said that he was only going to comment on this one time, but he's commented on it several times in the last 24 hours. And on top of that, he kind of reveals himself that to make me think, okay, this is either a setup, or even if Jonathan Majors is an abuser, which that's totally horrible if he is. It sounds like you're only going after him out of jealousy, or as the young folks like to say, hating, than any real justice. And plus, if you really had all this inside information, why didn't you, I don't know, go to the police instead of you going on Twitter? Well, other people trying to report it. Oh, please. Anyway, I'm going to let Tisa tell it from her point of view, and I'll be back with the rest of the video.
Whole lie. He's also a director. Jumped in. These are two directors saying this, okay? Timothy Nicolai jumped in and said, I'm just going to say this about Jonathan Majors and be done with it. Folks at Yale and the broader New York City community have known about him for years. He's a sociopath and an abuser, and that is how virtually everyone speaks about him. It's a shame it took this long for him to be reported. He said, I'm already seeing a bunch of, why didn't you do anything? Folks, people have tried. Ultimately, we needed a victim to come forward. It's both simultaneously awful to know he is still doing this and also a relief that he may never get to again. So then, We're Losing Recipe said, abuse in and of itself is depraved, but people who know of his harm doing are not using soft language whatsoever. What that HE double hockey sticks has he been doing to the people he's harmed? So then Fave jumped in and said, I think it might be an issue of who here and not what. We're Losing Recipes said, I considered that as well. I can't even say I hope the language being used is informed by the politics of the dynamics, because regardless, this is awful. Okay, if you guys don't know what's going on, the who versus what, and this is what we actually need to talk about, baby. The who versus what? If you guys don't know, first of all, let's talk about the article. That article just references the two viral tweet threads, okay? And they popped up last night. That's all the article does. Okay? It lets us know those people who tweeted that aren't randoms but are directors in the business. However, all those tweets that they put basically calling people abusers, sociopath, all this stuff. Again, these are really, really like strong allegations, and they claim to know this as a fact. They're saying it's not their opinion. They know this as a fact. Somebody tweeted, "Who the F is A.B. Allen? There's no information online about him directing more than a few episodes of a random TV show. When did he work with Jonathan Majors, and why is everybody repeating his words as the final truth?" Come on, people. That's the rebuttal, right? But here's the thing, because it can go both ways. We actually need to see what's going on, because this really is, just take this into account and let me know what y'all think. But on the other hand, this is to the rebuttal. The NYPD, anybody that knows, doesn't care about domestic violence. They don't care about DV, at least in my opinion. So for Jonathan to get arrested, the girlfriend must have looked real bad, banged up. However, and this is the however, the NYPD also lived to put a famous person on Port Walk. Now, the rebuttal, I will say this, and we need to talk to this. I feel like a lot of the people in his Yale cohort who it means that they seem to be that just salty, that they're mad that he's the one who made it big, and they're quietly hating on him when he blew up. And it looks like they're using this opportunity to a certain extent to pile on. But I don't know, maybe he actually does deserve it. But I also know how bloodthirsty people get when they have the chance to take down a personality, especially if it's a black personality. I'm just saying. Okay, but let's get back on track.
And like I said earlier, you can go to her channel and listen to her full video, which I'll have a link down in the comment section. But something about this just smells. Even if it comes out that Jonathan Majors is a domestic violence abuser, something about this smells. And you know what? The fact that his girlfriend is a white woman, I really don't give a personally. Because, you know what? If they're going to say snow bunny epidemic and crisis, no, let's not make that about that, folks. And on top of that, if that were the case, Chris Brown would have never got into trouble that he did with Rihanna. And we know they can go scorched earth with anyone, especially when it comes to a man in Hollywood and a black man in particular. It doesn't matter what race the other woman is. They can go scorched earth with you in a heartbeat if you screw up. So nah, let's not make it about the fact that she's white. Alright, this is 1940s, 50s, 60s, sure. I will even give you all the way up to maybe late 90s and even early 2000s. But nowadays, you know, who cares? We seen they can turn it around on anybody using any woman. Doesn't matter what color they are. And honestly, to me, I don't care as far as what color she is. Doesn't matter at the end of the day. Anyway, this whole thing just smells a little bit. Even if it does turn out, it sounds like to me these people are more opportunist rather than actually concerned about somebody that may have experienced domestic violence. And to me, it wasn't really their story to tell. And if they really had all this information, why didn't they find and contact this woman and went with her to the police? Just saying. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. And check out Tisa Tales' channel. Anyway, I'm out.